let's do it.
Yeah, it's not. That's okay.
Here we go. We're streaming. We're live on the internet. We're streaming D&D. The music is way too loud. I know. I'm turning it down now. I'm figuring things out. Hello. Happy Sunday.
Hello. A special Sunday Dragonfly.
You gotta love it. Yeah, I love like these mini episodes. I'm like really having a lot of fun with this. Knowing that I get to play Dragonfly more than once a week is good for my mental health, Troy. That's where
That's
I'm
good.
at, you know.
That's good. I don't know where it falls in my mental health, but I at least enjoy it. So it's certainly not negative.
All right, then I'll take it. I will take it.
We'll take not negative as a bonus. Yeah.
Yeah, it's likely positive, but you know, that's a big swing to say, you know, it makes sense as a DM though. It's on your mind, you know, you get to release the hounds when you get to play D&D more on a session you've been thinking about.
It is. I was sitting like filling out notes last night just to like flesh out to make sure I had everything, all my ducks in a row for today. And then the thing happened where I was like, oh geez, it's 3:00 in the morning and I just wrote a whole campaign. Like what I do? There's like not enough time for all of this. You know, like so I think we have enough like D&D to play for a really long time as long as I can keep you guys around.
You love to see it.
Yep.
As long as technology and computers agree, I think you will have us for a while.
Yeah.
Today was close. We've made some like modifications. I've abandoned Skype and stopped fighting the NDI inputs, and yet still the internet battles me. But we are here, and I am delighted. How's your weekends going? Busy, I know. We just talked about it a little bit. Busy, right?
Not too bad. Recording. I think we're both recording podcasts later today. So
this is true. I will be recording about episode 4 of We Crashed, which I got to tell you, I started podcasting thinking like, it's probably not going to be that good, but at least it'll be interesting podcast about. I'm kind of at episode 4. I'm like, it's interesting. I don't know if it's just because it's got a lot to podcast about, but I'm in.
Awesome. I'm glad that you're digging it. I am not podcasting. I'm at the beginning of like another crazy week of D&D where I'm going to like run a session tonight after we're done. And then I basically have D&D every day, like some days multiple sessions between now and Friday. So yeah, it's going to be a lot. It's going to be a big week. I'm excited for it. But yeah, it's fun to podcast about shows that are really good that you're enjoying, isn't it?
And your esteemed viewers spread across the globe may not know that like when you say like play D&D, like you're like a legit professional dungeon master, right? Like
I am.
People who hire you.
I'm very bashful about it, but I am, I guess, technically a professional dungeon master. I am paid for my time running games for private individuals. So I have like 3 private games this week. And Melissa and I have to go fight Vox Machina. Oh my God. That's terrifying. And what else? Oh yeah, we're gonna play Dragonfly again. And there's another one. Oh, and I'm running the Wheel of Time game as we are prepping for the Wheel of Time stream, which will be here in April. So yeah, it's a lot of D&D, of which I will run some professionally.
Yeah, so Rick and I are doing Sabotage the DM TPK coming up soon, and it's gonna be intense. We can't lose again. This is my thing. We just can't lose to Stuart twice in a row.
It's on Wednesday at 3 p.m. Eastern, right? I'm like saying that correctly? Am I saying that correctly?
2 p.m. Eastern.
Right, 2 p.m. Eastern.
It's 11 a.m. my time.
So. Daylight savings. I'm like all over the place. 2 p.m. Eastern, Sabotage the DM. I'm sure I'll be hyping it up. We did get shellacked pretty badly over there last time, Melissa.
We got stomped real bad.
Yep.
So.
We just showed up for like fun holiday shenanigans, and they came like predators hunting us, you know?
You especially. Yeah, Josh was very keyed in.
Look, not everybody can come with like, 500 pounds of dynamite on a floating disc, right? Like you gotta, sometimes you win, sometimes you lose.
True, Troy. We have to fight Vox Machina. I'm terrified. At first, I was very cavalier about it, and now I'm just like, this is gonna be.
Well, which Vox Machina? I mean, like beginning of the series or end of the series?
It's got to be end of the series. We're 20th level.
So we're playing level 20 characters. So.
Vestiges of divergence.
How many of you are there?
4.
4 against all of Vox Machina?
No,
I don't know.
It will be some select number of 4. So, like, I've been going through the various iterations and configurations, and like, which would be the worst one?
All right, my unsolicited advice: lock down Keyleth. Don't let Keyleth cast any spells. However, you can do that. Grog, you can deal with. Scanlan, you can deal with. Like most of the rest, whatever. Percy, his gun's gonna break. You're fine. Keyleth will mess you up.
Honestly, I'm more worried about Scanlan. I've given them the priority order. Maybe you would debatable as of like kill the gnomes. If there's gnomes on the board, we kill the gnomes. Then we go to the half elves, right? Like it's like Scanlan and Pike is like if she's there, she's gonna do a lot of healing. We should get rid of her. Scanlan with the counter spells, do not like, right? And then Keyleth is like terrifying. Yeah. We'll see.
Maybe at level 20 it's different. I just feel like every time it's like, oh, they're losing, and then Keyleth like blasts out some huge spell that turns the tide.
Yeah. So I am also playing a level 20 Moon Druid, one that might be familiar to PSR. So I am. Anyway, we're gonna go like mano-y-mano here. We'll see how it goes.
I'm gonna give you every edge, Melissa. We got it. Let's see, like Rutabaga in her final form. I'm ready. Anyway, that's hype. You guys should join us for that next week because, like,
yeah, that's exciting.
It's gonna be pretty exciting, I think. Yes.
Yeah. Meanwhile, Brenna in the chat and I are launching a PvP and PSR tomorrow, so that's exciting.
Yeah, that's very exciting. More DMing for you, Brenna. Thank you for like being here with us. We always like love to have you. And I'm like really excited to see what you guys got coming up. It's gonna be good stuff.
Yeah, we if anybody has potato-based names, please send them our way. We are in desperate need. So
wait, like potato-related puns?
Yeah, but like names of
Have you talked to our friend Taylor Ball, who joins us here on Dragonfly on Tuesday nights? As her father owns a large farm of which I have harvested thousands upon thousands of pounds of many varieties of potatoes.
That's great. I will hit up Taylor.
But you're saying just like make up names like, you know, Spuds McTater kind of thing?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, so we have Spud already. So we
got it. Okay, but that sort of thing.
Yeah.
Got it. Yeah. Russell Russet, that kind of thing. Yeah, we got it.
There we go. Brenna, take note.
I got you. I'll just drop them in the chat if I get bored, which I will.
Yeah, Russet. There's a lot of them out there.
Yeah, I may have messaged our Irish friend and then only thought afterwards that maybe that was
insensitive.
It was more for his affinity for puns than anything else. I promise.
I need to know about potatoes.
Goodness. Oh goodness.
So yeah, sorry.
Oh, that is fantastic. That just made my afternoon.
Yeah, Brenna, I didn't think about it either until like just now when I was like reflecting on who else I asked for potato puns.
Very good stuff. Well, there's probably potatoes in space, but not in this particular fortress. We left off at like a very interesting point. We're doing a couple little mini episodes as you guys split the party. So yeah, like any questions or like housekeeping, bookkeeping stuff, anything that we should like go over before we proceed?
I think we just need like the recap, right? So we are sneaking in to the room and I'm trying to remember exactly. I know I'm invisible. Yeah.
Yes.
Yep.
Oh, go ahead. I believe that Doc is invisible. I believe that the professor has just unlocked the door to the room belonging to a lady whose name I don't remember.
Amelia Vernus.
There we go.
Amelia Earhart. And we do have Alan, my unseen servant, is up the hallway ready to like come and alert us. People are coming in. Did you also cast an alert spell?
I cast an alarm spell at the doorway. Yes, and Waffle is also keeping watch, and Waffle cannot be taken by surprise.
Yep.
It's vigilant.
The context I had is you all, I guess, as we are back, the camera opens. The 6 of you divvied up into teams. Jake and Reya deciding to go meet with Brazzoli Chaos Brewer to discuss the trade of apiarists. Lux and Yanna traveling up to like the steerage bridge to see if they could have a conversation with Amelia Vernus herself. Perhaps sending Lux was a choice in retrospect. And the pair of you, the professor and Doc, along, of course, with Waffle, and Alan, the unseen servant, you concealed yourself using the Cloak of Elven Kind that you cast onto the professor's shoulders, casting invisibility on Doc.
Yes.
The pair of you made your way down the staircase, and as I recall, just correct me if I'm wrong, you got to the bottom of the stairs and you cast alarm on the staircase, so if anybody like comes down onto this floor, it goes off, right?
I think I did it at the end of the hallway so that it wasn't like anybody who comes on this floor, but like if you're starting to head in our direction.
Probably I should put us on a map.
That'd be useful. I also just want to state for the record,
please.
We don't know what happened on Tuesday. I don't think Melissa or I watched
purposefully not, so that we wouldn't.
Yeah, the Lux and Yanna version. But the more thing I want to state for the record is Reginald was under no intention of having Lux go talk to Amelia Earhart. He just thought that the plan was to like distract her or keep an eye on her so she wasn't there when. So I feel compelled to absolve my character, who is smarter than
bad decision making. Yeah.
Yeah.
He probably should have been more explicit. He probably should have been clear.
From what we know at the end of last time, I don't imagine that went great.
No, not so much.
We'll find out probably in about an hour or so. So I believe that the pair of you have a sending stone. Lux has the other sending stone. Waffle, I've put you down here on a map. So as you guys now have made your way skulking down the hall, you essentially came from stairs up in like the northwest corner of this section, down the hall into here, right?
Okay.
So Waffle waits up the hall, like watching, monitoring, unsurprisable. You tell me, I guess, Melissa, like where you've cast this alarm spell.
So I'm thinking it'll be probably just at the base of the staircase.
Okay, got it. So like a little bit behind where Waffle is, up in that top corner. Got it.
Yeah.
And for any viewers at home, we have limited vision to where we actually are as players, so just know that.
Indeed, they do. Well, I might show you, if you are a keen-eyed viewer, this is what they see. So the pair of you having slid quietly down the hallway, concealed with magical cloaks and spells, found the quarters of Amelia Vernus on one of the lower levels amidst the crew in the corner of this small tower. And so stepping in, I think Doc started reaching for some thieves' picks as Reginald was like, oh, wait, and cast knock. At which point we hear the lock kind of and the door like opens just so slightly, and the camera opens back up on the pair of you, one of whom is not in frame as you are invisible, but rather the large form of Professor Reginald Frybottom, swaddled in the cloak of his compatriot Doc, standing in front of the just ajar door. So yeah, what would you guys like to do?
I shall stick my head into the doorway and see if anyone is inside.
As peer into the room, it is a disheveled mess, not at all what you were expecting, perhaps. There appears to be nobody in it. It is not an incredibly large chamber, only maybe like 15 by 15. You could see a kind of hallway bending, like, or a door rather, in the corner opposite where you are. But the room itself, as you peer around, you see clothes that appear to have been like pulled or thrown, cast about the floor. There are like knocked over kind of cups and plates. The whole room is in a bit of like a tumultuous state of disarray.
And it looks as if like, does it look like that's just how this person lives, or does it look as if like someone was here and searching for something? Like I imagine that those would be two different things in my mind.
Yeah, great question. I think why don't we have you make an insight check here, Doc?
Sure.
Investigation? I think it's insight maybe to like read what your impression of this person after you met them, right?
Oh yeah. 8.
8. Hard to say, right?
Yeah, I imagine it would be.
It's kind of hard to say as you like met this person very briefly. Like we all know the distinction between like, very polished people who wear suits to offices and business every day, go home to
tweed
disarray. So like it's hard for you to like perceive whether or not like the chaos in here is like a natural state of affairs,
Yeah.
This reminds me of some of the rooms in university. I was not the most organized.
That does not surprise me.
This has changed. What are we looking for? Anything in particular?
I think we're trying to figure out like what she's up to, how she has so much power here. Maybe some dirty secrets that we can like hold over her head and get what we want and blackmail her with.
Dirty secrets. Desks. Always look at the desks. People keep their secrets in the desks. Are there any desks?
As you peer into the room, Reginald, you see not only there is a desk, there's also a bookshelf with like series of like books and kind of scroll cases jutting out of it. And there's a very obvious chest like sitting at the foot of the bed, of the small bed, amidst all the kind of chaos in the room.
Okay. I'm going to check out the chest. I realize I'll just whisper that to the professor because he can't see me. But I'm going to go to the chest. I'm going to try to open it.
Good.
Can I look at it first to see if it seems trapped in some way?
Sure, yeah, make an investigation roll as you could like scope the chest. You head over, the music is slightly loud, thank you for that. You head over to the chest at the foot of the bed. Hey, thank you, Anonymous Gifter. That is insanely generous of you, Anonymous Gifters. You guys are too kind, thank you. You invisibly make your way to the chest at the foot of the bed, Doc. And you crouch down, kind of peering and examining around the edges of it. And I think that you see what almost looks like a wire, like dropping down into the inside. It is definitely trapped. It looks like an attempt to like mess with this lock without disabling the trap would like result in some type of negative consequences.
Okay. Can I try to disable it with some
can.
sort of tools that I have?
Thieves tools. You're proficient in many tools.
Thieves tools,
So yeah, make a thieves tools probably plus like a dexterity check.
Sure, that makes sense.
As you like
25.
drop the invisible, amazing. The invisible like pick and hook kind of like dropping it, and you're able to kind of like pull this wire out ever so slightly, like taking tension and kind of hooking it back around the lock, fiddling with it for a few moments there. You are very effectively able to disable this lock, or this trap rather. You hear like the as like there's a disconnection of like whatever this wire was attaching to. The chest itself appears to still be locked if you want to try to pick the lock.
Sure, yeah. Same thing?
Yeah, make another Thieves Tools dex check.
Okay. Just checks on checks. 9.
Checks on checks.
Checks mix.
Yeah, really, checks mix. As your picks like begin like invisibly manipulating the tumblers inside the lock, like something hooks. You feel one of the like picks like kind of hook in the tumblers, and like you're clearly having some resistance. And I think one of your tools like snaps off to no avail. As maybe like you turn like looking over to the professor while he's at the desk. Reginald, as you get to the desk itself, you just want to scope it out. There's a bunch of drawers. There's all kinds of like paperwork scattered across the top of it.
Yes. First, kind of quickly scan the paperwork, and then if nothing stands out, immediately move to the drawers, starting with the bottom.
Okay, as you start looking over a lot of the paperwork that's scattered,
like a professional thief.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. I don't keep my secrets at the top.
Exactly.
Because you don't have to close when you open the next one, right? Didn't we learn that from? Is it Home Alone or Santa Claus? What movie taught us that?
I have no idea. I have no idea what you're
Wow,
referencing.
I've seen both those movies so many times that I don't know
Okay.
that. I don't.
Someone help me with whatever reference I am making, but continue.
Oh gosh, amazing.
Also, help with that hype train that is now rolling to our wonderful crew.
Hype. You guys
on a chill Sunday afternoon hype. That's very fun.
Why not?
Thank you for the Sunday hype train. Thank you for the momentum anonymous gift.
And I will figure this out.
Follow up. Yeah, you guys will figure it out. I have faith in you. Professor, as you start scanning the paperwork at the top of the desk, it's a bit of again, just consistent with the entirety of the room. It's a disheveled mess. There's papers almost spilling off the desk, like this waterfall, many of them kind of in disarray around the bottom. As you're looking them over, they appear to almost be like forms, information. It's a lot of just kind of very meaningless sort of notations and references about contracts and troop movements and supplies within the gauntlet itself. So
it does appear to be focused on the gauntlet's activities, and as if she or whoever uses this room was an employee of the gauntlet, not someone else.
Yes, indeed. The stuff all about the top of the desk most assuredly is. I think that you see amidst them, actually, no, as you start to go into the drawers, what did you say? You're working from the bottom up?
Oh, yeah, bottom up, baby.
Bottom up. As you pull open one of the large bottom drawers, what you find are there's a bunch of folders with more kind of collated paperwork down here, and just starting to kind of scan through them, pulling a folder out and opening, you see that it appears to be documentation from Mizire, concerning it's a series of letters that appear to be going back and forth between representatives at Missouri questioning her request to leave Ipsen's Castle Guard and be repositioned. And then as you're kind of digging through more of these they're almost form letters, right? Back and forth. I think that you find a series of what appear to be drafts, early drafts that have notations on them, that it looks like a request written directly to Brazzoli Chaos Brewer to be taken on as an employee of the Gauntlet. And it appears as though this is a draft of a letter to be sent to Brazzoli that Amelia sent to Mizire for notations, right? To be hey, how can I phrase this request better? It is all kind of giving you the impression this individual actively wanted to leave Ipsen's Castle Guard and be stationed here in the Gauntlet.
Got it. Okay. It appears that Amelia is attempting to leave Ipsum's Castle Guard and get permanently assigned here. What, Doc? I can't see you. How is it going with the chest?
I disabled the trap. I haven't got the lock yet, though. It's being not so cooperative. What does it mean that she wants to stay here?
I don't know. Did you pick up any sort of romantic interest between the two of them, or any sort of other? I can't imagine why someone would choose to stay here in the Gauntlet otherwise.
I didn't meet her, I don't think, so I definitely...
Of course. No, forgive me.
Also, I kind of just assume everybody wants to date everybody.
That is absolutely not the case, but...
I'm a big fan of ships of all kinds, if you get my drift.
Ships? As in the Dragonfly and the Gauntlet and the Crimson and other things? Yes? No?
Yeah.
More?
Yep. All of those ships and only those ships. That's what I meant.
Right. Okay. Well, that's understandable, given that you are... I shouldn't say that out loud. I don't... In fact, I don't know if... goodness, I had not considered the fact that we could be being surveilled as well. Do I have capabilities to determine that? No. We press forward.
Professor, I think as you're like standing here, you were like kind of still standing by the desk. As you pull open one of the top drawers, I think you see a bundle of letters that appear to be like half of them seem opened, the other half do not, and they're all addressed to Amelia Verdis.
I read the letters.
Okay. And so like you start like pulling out like letters kind of like randomly right from the middle of the stack, like digging into them. And I think that it's a love letter. You're like struck it of like, my dearest Amelia, so many years that we've been apart. I can't wait for the day that we'll be reunited. I hope that things are going well in your efforts to be repositioned. I know your time with Ibsen's Castle Guard has left you wanting. I hope that when you're positioned with the gauntlet, you'll feel that you can finally make an impact. And it's signed by somebody named Kat, like my dearest love, Kat, at the end. And as you start like scanning through the letters, they all appear to be the same kind of gist. They are letters from this individual Kat writing to Amelia, opining about like when we're reunited. I can't wait till you can come and find me. Where I am on Lun is a beautiful part of this world. I've learned so much in my time here. I'm so glad that you got the assistance you needed from Bazire. I'm so glad that Brazzoli has agreed to take you on and you were able to leave Ibsen's. And then like you hit these letters, like just kind of scanning through them enough. I think like you're very keen eyed, a very smart individual. You've seen a lot of writing in your time in academy. I think that you are able to like pretty quickly match the handwriting of these letters to all of these unopened letters that are like Amelia, Amelia, Amelia. And there's like a stack that's almost bigger than the open ones of unopened letters from this woman.
Unopened. Doc, these are love letters, but does the name Cat mean anything to you?
Where?
No, as in a person. Have we heard anyone named Cat?
I don't think so.
They say they're on Lun. Yes. Well, oh, goodness, if it was code, that would be fantastic. That is an area of intellectual expertise for for myself. CAT. The initials. Do we know anyone with the initial CAT?
I don't know. Maybe.
Good.
Can we? How good's your memory? Can you like remember these? Should we steal these letters? I don't think we want to let her know.
Here's the other thing. There's countless lovely letters here, quite delightful prose, but they haven't been opened in quite a while. There are new ones here. Rich, how recently, like, when did they stop being opened? Are there like dates on them or anything?
Yeah, that's a great notion. As you start looking back, I think that it looks like about like a year and a half ago, they like ceased being opened.
But they were still being received, just like stacked in here unopened.
Yep.
Can you possibly explain why someone would receive such lovely love letters and then stop opening them as if they were some sort of unpaid bill?
Maybe the person writing them isn't, I don't know, like maybe they told them no and this person keeps sending letters. I don't know why you wouldn't just get rid of them, but maybe it's like proof of like someone's like, pining and if they ever go mysteriously missing, it's like, oh, it's the person that's been writing me creepy love letters for the last year and a half.
Unrequited love. That could be something. I'll keep looking. Do you need assistance with that? Do we want to switch places? What? This is. I was hoping to find more, but
you've hit a wall with this lock, Doc.
Yeah, Are you any good with this stuff? I disabled the trap. You would think that this lock would be the easy part, but it is not.
My dexterity is not the best, but
Notably.
I do have, canonically, but I do have arcane means to open it, just as I did the door. Should that fail.
Really helpful. Yeah, do that.
Good. And I think Reginald will head over there, and then he will cast Knock.
Okay.
Which... Oh, go ahead.
Which what? Go ahead. You finish.
Which I should have noted before, but I will definitely be sure to note now as I read back through the spell. Makes an audible sound.
Oh, no.
Mm-hmm. It does. It's a knock.
I think... goodness. Here's my question to you. Did it make the sound when we used it the first time?
Mm-hmm. Yeah, I think so. I think it would have. I was we were at the end of the episode, but yeah, it makes this loud, heard.
Yeah.
Up to 300 feet away.
300 feet away.
You guys are at a huge fortress filled with loud clanking dwarves and all,
right.
It's not
yeah. Okay. But I will, if it is a little bit of a retcon, I think we would have a sense of urgency about us. And given that, Reginald would definitely be in the smash and grab phase of just open it and see.
So you saw the letters in the documentation. Did you grab any of that paperwork from the desk, I guess, just for point of reference before we get away from it?
I left it there for Doc to inspect if she so chose, and then we can pick him up on the way out if we need.
I was going to say, I think we take all of it. I think I feel like people might know we were here.
What could possibly have given us away? Yes.
Okay.
And so
it's good. But they don't know what. If we can get out quickly enough, they don't know what we've taken or what we've seen, or even that we were in this specific room.
Yes.
So you cast Knock again, and there's this loud, audible, this echo, echoing into
the cough is so much better coming from
right. And I think that can I have both of you make perception checks?
Oh,
as the chest itself unlocks, and you see it open up a little bit. 20 for Doc.
In my -1 perception. Here we go.
Better than the dexterity. What? The chest opens. Reginald, you're peering down at it, satisfied with the effectiveness of your spell despite the sound. Doc, you have this whiff, you peer over you, and there's this door behind you in the corner of the room, and you just get this stinky whiff of rotten eggs, almost wafting from back there behind you.
Okay. I'm just gonna whisper. Something smells bad behind us. I don't know if it's something dead.
Wasn't me.
No, I don't think it was you. Let's grab whatever we can out of the chest and check it out, and then quickly get out of here.
Check out behind the door in the chest.
Check out the chest and then behind the door, but in that order.
What's in the chest?
As you
What's in the box?
The chest open, you see there is clearly this kind of vial that was attached to the wire that looked like it would have cracked open if you had not disabled the trap. It's still sitting there. As you look down into the chest, you see a small gray book, very simple, with no notations on it. It's really quite small. There is a wooden box, a little bit smaller than a shoe box. There's a cloth, as you reach down and grab it and kind of unwrap it. I think you actually see a bit of a glass vial jutting out of it. It's just a healing potion wrapped in a piece of cloth. there are 2 bottles of what appears to be like very expensive white wine. It says Grenlian white wine. It's got like a year mark on it of like somewhere about 100 years ago. I think canonically I've established it's 2332.
Wow.
There's a huge stack of like shoes at the bottom of the chest of like ballroom shoes and like ridiculously ostentatious kind of like dress shoes that an Amelia Vernus might have worn. And then I think you see in the corner of the chest like a red kind of velvet bag with this gold trim around it.
Grab.
Yeah. Like, leave the shoes.
Take the cannoli.
Try to take as much else as we can. Specifically, like the book, the box.
Okay.
The book, the box, the potion. We're taking the vial as well. And the white wine.
Yeah, definitely the wine. Doc, grab the wine for sure.
Doc like grabs a couple of things of wine. Do you grab the bag?
Yeah, but I'm not going to put anything in it because I'm sus of this bag.
Okay. You pick the bag up and like it's very like light, but it also feels like it's got like some mass in it. It's this very sort of strange sensation as you kind of like pick it up and can like feel this weight to it, even though it seems kind of like not full, but it's not as heavy as you feel like it feels. It's a very confusing thing for a moment. And I think as you like lift it up, there is still like this bookcase on the far side of the room, all these books peering back at you, the door behind you. What do you guys want to do?
I want to check out invisibly, try to check out what might be causing the smell behind the door. This is like not the door we came in, right? It's
no.
Door.
Yeah, it's a door in like the bottom of the chamber, right? So as you step to the door behind you and you proceed to like open it up. Hold on a second. Let me do one of these and do one of these and do one of these. Cool.
Can I as I see her doing that, she's mentioned a bad smell. And I'm wondering if I can maybe do like an insight roll or something. There's something Troy would like to do, but I'm not sure Reginald would get there.
Sure. I mean, where are you trying to go? An insight roll for what?
I feel a compulsion. I think Reginald, if he puts it together, to cast protection from good and evil on Doc.
Sure,
for no reason other than he's just used to bad smells or bad things.
Okay, sure. Yeah, make like another perception check with advantage. As Doc is like giving you the thing. Ooh, it just started like crazy snowing outside. Well, spring is over. Yeah. Oh yeah. Spring's over, baby.
Perception. I also have to see if I have to see my target.
Oh no, again.
Oh yeah. Okay. Now
you just smell it, Professor.
No, it's fine. I thought she said out loud, but I definitely don't smell it enough. Don't smell it enough to be overly worried.
She did, but as you're like smelling it, you're like, I don't smell anything. You know, maybe the air was a little stale in the chest or something. Like you don't smell. Yeah. Yep.
Great.
So meanwhile, Doc, you open the door and I think that you see a privy. There's like a little like wash basin like in the side of the wall. It's got this really murky, disgusting looking, tepid kind of water in it. And there's a privy like in the back wall, and the whole room just stinks of sulfur. It is like kind of like overwhelming you as you stepped into the room now.
Of sulfur though, like
yeah. It's not like the stink of like
of the privy.
Demi-human excrement. Yeah, I don't know if I could say demi-human anymore. It doesn't smell like a privy would smell. Right. It's a different kind of bad.
Yeah. Like it's some sort of like portal to the 9 hells or something. I don't know.
Imagine that in a toilet. Who put that there?
Yeah, where's Lux when we need her?
What is it? What's in there? Oh, I can smell it now. Yes.
Yeah. Can I do some sort of check to try to figure out what's going on here? This is
Sure. Make an investigation
check. A lot
check.
of theories. Investigation?
Yeah.
22.
Oh, yeah.
22. Doc, as you start like scanning the room, the kind of light diffusing in from the back, I think that you realize there's this almost like sheen on the walls, and then you see it on the ceiling and on the floor, and it's this kind of like varnish, like a shellac, almost like a clear coat. And I think that you can't help but like reflect on like the snails you used to like see in the garden outside Axel's workshop. And like it's like almost like that, like the dried kind of residue of something that like reminds you of like the trails that the snails would leave on like the walls in the morning on the outside of the shop. And I think you hear from inside the like privy like a little bit of like splooshing sound, and then from immediately behind you, Professor, is like a voice like, well, you do not belong here at all, but I suppose this is as good a time as any to deal with you. And you like turn around, and standing in the doorway is Amelia Verdus. And I'd like for you to roll yet another perception check.
Just the professor.
Just the professor. You're in the bathroom.
I was just about to walk out and check down the hallway, but here we go. Perception, because I'm so good at those. Let's see, 3 for 3.
Make sure I roll 5.
Hey, he's got his nose stuck in a book, but 16, not too bad.
As you turn and like look to her, you're like, and I think that you see trailing from like behind her leg, almost this thin tendril dropping like down in between like the seams of the cobblestones on the floor.
Nope.
Have I seen anything like this before? Is that familiar to me as a concept?
I don't know. Make an Arcana check.
Okay, I was going to say, if you tell me to make another perception check.
I'm going to reach right through the screen and grab my beard.
Arcana. Oh, come on. 14.
I think you're
That's with a +8, folks. That's with a +8.
I know. I took the real dice away from you. I'm so mean. I think that you're not entirely 100% clear what might be going on here.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. But I'm very convinced by what I'm seeing here that she is. Yeah. I apologize. I was looking for what was there? Nothing happened.
I think she starts like reaching to grab you, and I think at this point, Melissa, as Doc is standing in the privy, you hear like the splashing. You hear the voices from the other room. It's not a big room, right? I think, and it's at this point there is like some splashing coming from inside the toilet, and you see this like form begin like rising up out of the seat of like this red kind of amorphous, almost pseudopod of ooze begins to like rise up out of the toilet in front of you. And as Amelia is like reaching for you, Professor, she's just like, I think she smiles slightly like, you are their wizard. Oh, you must have such delectable secrets in there. I will savor you for some time. And yeah, probably you should just roll initiative right here.
I was going to say, if I can, there's a thing I'll do, but I'll save it for initiative. Oh, I didn't select myself. I'm sorry.
That's quite okay.
I'm 24.
Doc is too horrified.
But Doc is also invisible. Doc is also invisible. Let us not forget.
Yeah,
Doc
I don't know if the
is
pseudopod
invisible.
or whatever the creepy blob thingy can see me anyway. I don't know.
What did you get here? You got a 24. Holy
24.
Man. Okay, you're up, Professor.
Taylor,
She's like reaching for you. What do you want to do?
Bonus action Misty Step. And I will Misty Step out into the hallway here. to basically get behind her and draw her attention.
Okay, that's your bonus action movement, anything like that. You see Waffle down the hall, like.
Yeah. I think the professor would say, let me double check a thing. Sorry.
No problem. You take your time.
There's that. Of course, I used that already. I think he'd say, but first, you're going to have to catch me. And then he will cast haste upon himself as his action.
Ooh.
But first, so you cast haste upon yourself, and I think then technically you have your hasted action at the end of the round, do you?
Maybe? I don't know. Let's see. Yep, until the spell ends. Do I have her attention?
Yeah, she has turned and is looking directly at you. Yeah.
Yeah. So then I am going to run up the hallway with my movement toward Waffle. And that's my movement. And then my extra action. I'm just trying to see here. I think I might just wait. I can attack, dash, disengage, hide, or use an object. Gosh, I want her to be able to know where I'm going because I want her to follow me.
Yep.
So I think I'm going to stay here at the corner. I can't dodge with my hasted action.
Okay.
So instead, what I will do is hold an attack. Is that what I want to do? Yeah. I will hold a shove if she gets in range of attempting to touch me.
Okay, she goes. You like hear these like wet slapping footsteps as she cuts back out of the door, Melissa. It starts like racing from the room. So that's 5, 10, 15, 20, 25, 30 feet. She just starts stalking down the hall towards you, her like arm outstretched, Professor. And she, I think, like growls a little bit, like, at which point I'm going to need you to make a wisdom saving throw. DC 15. Her eyes like glaring at you, and she's like, I don't need to lay my hands on you to take your mind, Giff.
And does it appear that she's casting a spell?
Negative.
Okay.
Yeah, she's just glaring at you, arm outstretched.
All right. Wisdom saving throw incoming.
That is deeply unfortunate. Professor, you feel something strike into the depth of your mind like a spike, and almost like the spike on the end of a pole that the refuse cleaners from Esther Prime. It like harpoons a series of your memories, a recollection of one of the last times like you sat and dined with your mother, a vital discovery that you made while you were on Kusande learning, the name of childhood classmate that you had when you were a child. As you proceed to, oh my God, here we go again, suffer 26 points of psychic damage, and a series of your memories have been forcibly ripped from your mind. So you will okay, I'm sorry, I'm just going to read it real carefully here.
That's fine. No, take your time. I'm reading a thing too.
No problem. You are memory drained. While memory drained, you must roll a d4 and subtract that number from any ability check or attack roll you make.
Okay.
That is
going to presume that my
turn. It's used its movement. It cannot reach you right now. Doc, you're up. And just to clarify what is happening here, Doc, at this point, rising up out of the toilet is like, I don't know, what looks like 300 pounds of cherry jello. And like, it's just kind of like massing up. And I think you see that it has like this tendril, like dropping back down into the privy underneath it. It doesn't appear to be like targeting you. It certainly isn't like lashed out to attack you, but it is like looming up out of the toilet seat.
And what do I know about what happened in the room? Like, what could I overhear in terms of
I think you heard pretty much all of that conversation until like Reggie started running out of the room and you hear like the wet footsteps, right? But you heard her say like, "Oh, you're the wizard. Like I'm gonna take a long time consuming you."
Right. Okay. So yeah. So I think if this thing isn't attacking me outright, I think Doc's gonna turn to him and be like, I'm gonna figure out what to do with you later, and like run out of the room after Reggie to go like make sure he's okay. And with the dynamic lighting, I'm not 100% sure how I get back out here.
5, 10, 15, that's 20 feet gets you like around the hall, like out into the hall to where you can see you get 10 feet of movement left still right there.
Oh, sorry, my Roll20 is being very slow.
No problem. They've been like updating.
Can I get up onto her with 30 feet?
20 feet. You can get to here. You're still 5 feet away from her.
Okay.
You're not quite in melee range.
That's fine. Okay. I am going to... let me just double check what I want to do here. Yeah, I am going to cast Eldritch Blast at her, which is a thing I forgot I had because of my +1 tools. I have an extra cantrip. So I'm going to do that.
The tools of the Mordecais are paying off big. You're attacking from stealth from behind, so you have advantage as you come like racing up, like pointing out like what are the tools. Like the Eldritch Blast fires 26 hits. 14 does not. 14 hits. How about that?
Okay. So that's 18 force damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then as my bonus action, I'm going to yell at Waffle, who can fly 40 feet.
He sure can.
And get up in her business and insert himself between Reg and whatever this thing is and do his tail whip attack.
Okay. I know the lighting is tricky in this hallway. I'm sorry the map didn't line up perfectly.
Yes! There you go,
Waffle! This is really formidable. I love when I get to use these emotes in sequence. Yes, Waffle, 11 points of damage as he comes flying in. And I think you watch as he like belts her in the face with the tail. And like there's this like her head twists and you watch like a whole portion of her face like just kind of like folds in with it. And then like reforms. And I think underneath the flesh, you see what almost looks like very similar red jello looking type substance as her face restructures where Waffle hit it. That's Doc's turn. Is that your turn?
Yeah, Doc is just like the epitome of that, like, nope, don't like that gift.
She's not a thing. Oh, goodness.
I got that. What?
If it's Reginald's turn, I'm ready to go.
Reginald's turn. You're ready to go.
I'm ready to go. I passed my concentration check, thank goodness.
Yeah, I saw that.
And I am, it's a big roll, baby. I am going to cast Chromatic Orb at, well, first of all, do I get the sense that my, what is affecting me is a magical effect?
Gosh, great question. I mean, certainly it has like stolen your memories, but it didn't, you realize like it's not like a spell per se that it used. It seems to be something else. Yeah.
Does it appear to be a magical effect that would be subject to dispel magic?
Yeah, potentially. Yeah. Well, let me double check. Let me do my
That's
fine
fine.
reading.
I'll put the chat in the text. I'm not certain I'll do it either way.
Make an Arcana check and roll a d4. Let's see if you think you could dispel it.
Okay. Does that apply to only saving throws or also checks?
Ability checks and attack rolls, not saving throws.
Got it. And subtract a d4.
Yeah, I'm sorry.
Yeah, that's probably not going to be good. 13.
I think that you're not sure, right? I think Reginald just can't be 100% sure. In the franticness of the moment, whether or not a dispel magic will work is just not 100% clear.
Yeah. Okay. Then what he will do is use his use a 3rd level spell to cast Chromatic Orb at 3rd level. And he will also use his Clockwork Amulet to ensure a to hit of 18 minus the D4.
Nice. Yeah, minus the D4. Which still hits. It's going to be AC 14 to hit. You fired this chromatic orb from the decoder. What kind of damage?
That's a great question. I think, not knowing any better, he just did an Arcana check. I think it's going to be... I think about this for a second. I think kill it with fire is his first instinct, so I think it's going to be fire damage.
Okay.
Here we go. That is the cast at higher level as well. I mean, ignore the roll. Yeah, 24 points.
24 points of fire damage as you proceed to blast this chromatic orb underneath Waffle, this red ball hammering into the form of Amelia Vernus. I think similarly, you watch, and I think she actually explodes in flame for a minute. It's that thing of when you light your socks and the fuzz burns off. You watch as her flesh, her clothes, everything that is clearly this external facade burns away in a flash for an instant, and she is just this vaguely humanoid shaped mass of this red translucent ooze howling in nightmarish pain. Clearly fire feels very bad to whatever this creature is, and she's reeling, face covered, and you watch as the skin and the clothes just kind of reform over her in an instant. She's still up, she's hurt. She did not like that fire. That was your action. You're hasted.
Kill it with fire! And he will use his activate an object to activate his Pearl of Power and regain a 3rd level spell slot.
Okay.
And then I think, given his current state, Reginald's going to run down the hallway. And I'm sorry, Doc, but he's got to get some distance from this lady.
Okay. Reg starts backtracking down the hallway.
Yeah. Now, do I go down this hallway or do I go back? Which way did we come?
Your stairs that you came down are up here in the top left.
I would have glanced in my wonderful perception down this hallway. I'll at least, go look and see.
There's a door to on either side of the hall, above and below.
But it's a dead end, or does it continue on?
No. It continues on, and there's a turn down here, right? As you get a little bit further, you can see it bends this way, and then back here is a fork, is a T intersection.
Oh, goodness.
And then door here, doors there.
Okay, Reginald's impulse was to run down this hallway so that he could still keep
no problem. Your movement's
some vision.
So you could pretty much go wherever you want to go.
I know. He just wants to keep some vision on the situation, but get a little bit of distance. He doesn't want to totally nope out because he doesn't want to leave Doc behind. Okay, whatever. I shouldn't be saying this, but that's just what I'm trying to sort out.
No problem. As you charge away, she watches you I will have you. Her voice getting a little bit gurgly and bubbly now as her fist just strikes out for poor Waffle, and you watch as her hand almost increases in mass. 18.
Yep.
Okay, Waffle takes psychic damage.
I think so. He's
9
immune
bludgeoning
to poison. That's it.
Excellent. So 9 bludgeoning, 7 psychic, as like she blasts Waffle with her fist and he rails back. And then she turns, glaring back at you, and you see these red glimmering in her eyes, Doc. And I need you to make a wisdom saving throw.
Okay.
See everybody's memories.
4.
Brutal. Doc, you suffer. Similarly, you feel something just lance into your mind, harpooning. The first time, like, Axel taught you how to, like, repair a Ziri engine. The, like, day that you finished building Waffle. Like, your last time you had dinner with Lux's parents are like ripped from your mind. You feel the force like tear into them. You take 18 points of psychic damage.
Yeah.
And your memories have been stolen. You will have to roll a -1d4 on any ability checks or attack rolls you make while your memories are missing. That's her turn. Doc, you are up.
Oh, you're going to wish you didn't do that. Doc is pissed. Okay, Firebolt, 18.
Hits.
For 16 fire damage.
Mm-hmm.
And then she's going to step up and give Waffle advantage on his attack. Oof.
Yeah, that definitely still would have hit even with the -4. Okay, you then step forward, no problem. It still would have hit. You blast the firebolt out of one hand, like stepping in as she's like shrieking, the kind of flesh, the clothes growing back over. Waffle attacks, 18 hits, damage.
Yeah. For 9 force damage.
Bring her to a total of 78 points of damage as Waffle cracks into her. You watch as like the form, like her head like kind of slaps down into her chest, and there's this moment where like the ooze that this woman is trying to like rebuild its head. You're watching like the head kind of like jutting back up out of the shoulders, and I think Waffle is like flying, little wings like pumping, like battering away at it, and like its body is starting to now like spray like jello on the walls, and it suddenly you hear this like coming from back down where Amelia's room was, and it's at this moment as the viscosity of the jello like breaks, the ooze collapses to the floor, splashing all over you and the walls and Waffle. The entirety of the structure of the citadel is just like it begins to pitch wildly, and I need for both of you to make dexterity checks. Saving throws.
Dexterity saving throws.
Yeah,
I have advantage on those because I'm hasted.
Does Waffle have to do one too? He's flying.
No, Waffle's flying, but I think Waffle is like bang, bang, like bounces off the walls as like the center of gravity like totally twists.
Good thing for that advantage.
Good thing I'm hasted, baby.
Reginald, the direction you're like darting down the hall, you still have an eye over your shoulder as you see Waffle like smash Amelia down. She like explodes into like this red mass of like viscous liquid spraying all over the walls, and suddenly the whole citadel shifts and you're like almost flying forward at the wall in front of you, but you manage to like throw your weight backpedaling, like catching the wall, holding your feet. Doc, you as well, like you're smashed into the wall on your right side as like the jello mass like falls through the ground around you, Waffle flying above you, and the entirety of the citadel seems to have shifted nearly like 45 degrees on its camber. The whole thing is like sideways, like hurtling through space. And I think
listing through space.
I think probably that's where we leave our adventurers today. You guys have like a moment you could like scream back and forth to each other, but you're not even in line of sight.
Yeah, I think first of all, we grabbed the letters, right? I was definitely like intending that we had grabbed them.
Sure, you could have grabbed
the bathroom.
Yep.
Okay.
The only thing you didn't clean out was like the bookshelf. Yep.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, I think Dr. Neal. There was another one of those in the bathroom. Maybe it's all the same one. I can't even tell anymore.
We've got bigger problems, Doc!
I think this is our big problem.
And I think you hear a scream from the other side of the wall next to you as the poor dwarf on the privy is like thrown sideways. Like there's a whole new stink filling the hall next to you, Reginald, that is not sulfur. And that is where we will leave our adventurers today.
Huzzah.
Huzzah!
Huzzah! Very fun.
Yeah, I don't know if you guys are going to go back to watch last time, but Kevin has got a patented move now, which is run for the steering wheel and spin it.
I see.
So this is a dragonfly impact, not a we killed the creature impact. Wow. Chaos. Run for the steering wheel and spin it.
Chaos abounds. You guys made out a lot better than they did. I'll say that.
Oh,
I was a little worried about the damage getting thrown out. Though both of you have had your memories stolen from you, and very notably, when the creature dies, your memories do not come back. You are just like, like the pair of you are both like reaching, like you know there are holes in your mind. What they are, who's to say?
Yeah, that's not gonna go over well.
No, the two like big brains too. I love it.
I know things. That's literally his whole identity is knowing things.
Yep.
Yep. Doc doesn't have a lot of happy memories, so the ones that she has, she's pretty precious about.
Oh yeah, the happy ones definitely were gone first too. Yeah, thank you guys so much for like hanging out with me on a Sunday afternoon. I hope this was fun. Yeah.
Of course. It was lovely.
Chaos abound.
I fully did not expect to fight this person. I expected some minions or something might come in that, got alerted, but to have her just pop up, certainly que sorpresa.
Yeah, makes me wonder how many of her there are.
Mm-hmm.
Gotta wonder. We'll see. Definitely nobody else is fighting her right now, so don't worry about her.
Right.
Yeah. I mean, definitely Troy, maybe Reginald, we'll see, is definitely in the she's gone. Whatever just replaced her, stopped reading the love letters, she gone. So it's going to be interesting.
Very, very interesting stuff. Thank you guys again so much for joining me on a Sunday afternoon. You guys split the party. It was very fun. We could have tackled this all in a session, but it's been fun to come back to it bit by bit. We will return once more to see what's up with Jake and Reya and Brazzoli Chaos Brewer. And then we'll throw ourselves back into stuff. I want to thank Sean Yanell. We got the new Dragonfly banner art. Very cool. I love it. Sick purple in the background. Looks great. I want to thank everybody who hung out with us on Saturday or Sunday afternoon and got a hype train happening. Thank you guys very, very much. I really appreciate it. It's been a bumpy couple of months, 2022, getting back onto the Twitch. So it means the world to me. And yeah, you guys are busy out there in the world. What are you doing? Troy, you talked about it at the beginning. You're podcasting tonight about what?
Yeah, pre-plugged. We Pod is happening. We are a podcast of the Post Show Recaps variety on the Post Show Recaps feed, where Brooklyn Zed and Dr. Amanda Rabinowitz and I talk about We Crashed, the Apple TV Plus show about the rise and fall of WeWork, and in particular, the co-founders, the couple at the center of it, Adam and Rebecca. It is the podcast is a great listen, even if you don't watch the show. That's the goal, as we dig into a lot of concepts in society and in business, particularly in tech and startups. So you can listen to that. It's likely going to drop probably Monday for episode 4. And then other than that, I would just say, you could follow me at DJ LaBelle Klein for things related to Survivor or WePod. You could follow me at Troy Steinmetz if you're interested in Kentucky local politics, which got spicy this week.
Yeah.
And there will be more to come there, I'm sure. But, keep doing what you're doing. Hopefully it stops snowing where Rich is, and then we can enjoy some version of a spring.
Oh no, it's really coming down now.
Crazy.
You know what? I don't even care. I brought all my firewood in yesterday. I'm good.
Yes.
Man. I'm good. I'm gonna go eat some
you got through the winter.
And, burn
almost
fire this afternoon.
You said cherry jello after the thing we just bought? Yeah. Now we know where the idea came from.
Melissa, we got super hyped that we're gonna go fight Foxmarket over at Sabotage the DM this week, which is gonna be very exciting. But what else are you doing? Because you're a busy person.
Yeah, so check out twitch.tv/sabotage the DM on Wednesday, right? 11 a.m. Pacific, 2 p.m. Eastern, with our friend Stuart in the chat. We're gonna, hopefully not die. That's the goal. And hopefully Stuart's gonna lose. Because Rich and I have already lost Stuart once.
Yeah, thank you for stopping in today. We love you, Stuart, but our goal is to make you lose. Yeah.
Otherwise, I'm podcasting over on for the Post Show Recaps Patreon for YA with Kevin Mahadeo, who's on the Dragonfly cast, as well as Brooklyn Zed that Troy was just mentioning. We're talking about Harry Potter. Our Goblet of Fire feedback pod dropped today with Aiden, who you also know from this stream. So lots of Philip.
Ask him about potatoes. See how it goes.
I already did ask him about potatoes, so yeah, we'll see how.
Double down, double down, Woodward.
I'm sorry. And then also podcasting on the main feed about Severance, which is super good. If you've got Apple TV, I highly encourage you to check it out. With again, Josh Wigler and the great Dr. Amanda. So. Those are my things, I think. Anything else? I think that's it.
I love the synergy. There's just incredible synergy happening. You guys are doing really good stuff. I'm very just proud to know you and excited to hang out with you on a Sunday afternoon. Very well done. Thank you again for sharing your time with me. We will be back Tuesday night, 8 p.m. We'll do something. There'll be dragonflies and space. I'm sure it's going to be great. Maybe Jello.
Something will fly. Jello will be consumed. Yeah.
It's going to be great. Thank you guys all for stopping in and hanging out with us. Seriously, I really appreciate it. And yeah, everybody have a great day. Bye.